Hey there, this is Freddy with 5280scuba.com. Do you consider your dive bag essential gear? Well, you might if you had the right one. We'll get to that in just a minute. So I'm here today reviewing something that usually doesn't get a lot of attention, and it's the actual gear bag, right? You spend a lot of time figuring out the right regulator and figuring out the right BC, and even the right fins and mask. But how much do you really put into researching a good dive bag? Well, we like to rate dive bags because there's so many out there on the market. Today I'm here with the Armor Mesh and Deluxe Mesh backpack style. Let me show you here. We'll start with the front, okay? It's got a front pouch. Now it's lined, but it's not waterproof, so you don't want to put paper in here, but it's very, very durable. So you can put some bulky items in there, maybe a scuba tool, maybe some spare parts, maybe your package of batteries, things like that. It's got two Velcro closures, so it's not impossible to come undone, but it's very handy to have something on the outside of the bag. Strangely enough, it also has a grommeted hole in the bottom, and that's really kind of an important feature, and heavy denier nylon on the bottom. So if you did drag it across the dive boat or the beach or something, it's going to last. And the grommet is for draining water out, because with the mesh bag, when you're done diving, you're going to throw all your wet stuff in here. And it's just going to be dripping wet. You're going to pull it off, and to get organized quick, you're just going to shove it all in here quick. And this is big enough to hold all of your gear. I'll show you what I mean. There's actually even room for almost 2 complete sets, and that's with everything you can think of, right? So your BC will fit. Yes, your long fins will fit. Your mask, fins, snorkel, camera gear, save a dive kit, regulators, it all fits, okay? And it might not look like it, but I'm telling you, you can get almost 2 full sets of gear in here, okay? So it's a good size. Now, it's got a cinch top, so you can cinch it all down, carry it, slide it underneath the bench on the boat when you're diving, or sit it on the beach, that kind of thing. You can open it up and just start pulling your gear out. Now, it also has a backpack strap, so when you're carrying your gear to the boat or down the beach, you can put it on your back, carry it like a backpack, very convenient, right? You can cinch it all up, put it on nice and positive, and leave your hands free for other stuff, okay? Now, one of the features that I don't think many people buy it for this reason, but after they own it, it's very, very cool. They all come back and go, wow, I just really love that feature. So inside the bag, there is a full-length dry bag built into it, okay? It's totally rubber coated. My arm goes all the way in. It goes all the way to the bottom, okay? And it's a dry bag. So the scenario is you're riding the boat out, it's time to gear up, get ready. You take your hat off, you take your t-shirt off, maybe your shorts and your swimsuits underneath and your socks, whatever. And your shoes you want to keep dry, you just shove them all in there. Maybe you got some papers for your log or something like that. You just keep it all in there and you just zip it closed. And I have never had my stuff get wet in there. Now, it's not a dry bag like you'd purchase where it rolls down, cinches tight, and then clamps, but I've never had water get in there. Okay, if you were to submerge it completely underwater, would water go through that zipper? Maybe a little bit, I don't know. But that's not really going to be how most people are going to use it. Okay, so I want to show one other feature, and that is I have 2 different bags here. Okay, if we can zoom in on this a little bit and show how flexible this material is, okay, it's super tough, very tough. Mine is this exact material, but I have the blue one, okay? The yellow one's brand new this year. Okay, now this other one, the Deluxe, it's got a much more heavy, almost like it's rubber coated, both sides. It's much more, can you see how it's not so soft and flexible? It's a little thicker, perhaps more durable, I don't know. I haven't worn one of these out yet, so. Okay, so this one costs just a little bit more than this one, but same size, same features, same dry bag, all of that, okay? So you have a couple of choices. So the value These are competitively priced. They're really kind of right there with almost every other bag. A little bit less than some of the others that might have a few more other features or something like that. But they're priced well, and when you think about how much use you're going to get out of it and all the different functions, I will show you one more piece that I think is one of the best parts about this bag. Some people don't like the dive gear bag to be open only at the top, because I got it all loaded up, but my camera's at the bottom and I want to take a picture. So what they did was they put a zipper on the side. So even if it's all loaded up, you unzip it, you can reach right down at the bottom and grab the thing that you want. So you could almost use it like a duffel that way if this was cinched closed. Okay, that's a great feature. Pros, it's very durable. It's been tested for years. This has been a bag that's been available for many, many years. The company stands behind it very well. I personally have used the bag, like I said, for 13 years. Get very few of them back, so I think you're going to be happy with it. Now, in the last few years, we've had a few people bring theirs back, and what happened was where this strap for the backpack was connected, it kind of frayed the material and it pulled off. On all 3 cases in the last 3 years, it happened right away. So it was obviously a flaw that it came with, and the company replaced them, no questions asked, okay? I'm sure it was a little inconvenient for somebody, but since then they've added an extra piece of nylon on the top of it, so I think they've probably addressed that situation. If I were to improve anything of this bag, I would think, because when it's loaded down with gear, especially when it's wet, you know, it's kind of heavy. These are padded straps, but they're not very dense pads, so it kind of wears heavy on the shoulders a little bit if you have to walk a long way. It's like if you're in Bonaire and you go to the 1,000 steps and you're climbing up those 1,000 steps. This is, it kind of is a little too narrow. It could use a little bit more padding. So, the cool factor, it's got a lot of pieces and parts in one bag, makes it very convenient for scuba diving, does exactly what they intended it to do. I'm going to give it a 7. For the features and the benefits, especially for having the dry bag, even though you're not sure you'd use it for that reason yet, you'll grow to love that feature. I'm giving this bag an 8. Okay, the quality and the function of it, it's got good zippers, nice tough material. In the last 3 years, we've had 3 of them come back to us where this strap came kind of frayed and came off, but it happened right away with all 3 bags, so it was a flaw from the factory apparently. But the company replaced it with a brand new bag, no questions asked, no problem, okay? So that was good. So for the quality and the function, I'm going to give it also a 7. For the durability, I've had mine for 13 years. They've had a few minor issues with some things, but they fixed it right away. Anything can have some little problems from time to time. I'm also giving it an 8. For the value, because it's competitively priced, it's going to be on the lower end of some of the super deluxe bags and still has a lot of the features that they do. I'm giving it an 8. So the overall BA rating of this product, of the Armor Mesh backpack, is a 7.6.